Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. So many of you know I am a mechanic. I also have a lead tech that's actually underneath me. And there are times that we just don't know how to do something. I mean, we can see the problem, but what are the steps of doing things? There's other times that we don't need to know the steps of doing things. Sometimes we might start off one direction. My tech will sit there and start off a different direction. But the main goal is that we get it fixed, the parts are back together, and everything's sitting there working correctly. It doesn't mean that one person's doing it right and one person's doing it wrong. Sometimes I might start off taking off the belt where he might sit there and start doing something else. But just as long as the end result is that the problem is fixed, that's all that matters. It's kind of like dice setting. I have certain dice sets that work for me. They work for my throw, the way I hold dice, everything. And you're like, well, it doesn't work for me. Well, sometimes you just have to sit there and maybe uh, pull one side up or pull one side down or either way, and it might sit there and come to life for you because somehow you're double pitching the right die or you're double pitching the left die or you're single pitching one, however it might be. So sometimes the way I get from here to here will be different than the way that you sit there and get from here to here. But the end result needs to be the same, that we don't seven out. Today, the die set is going to be what they call the hard set 4, or it's also called the mini V. It is a 2-3-2-1. With this set, you're going to hit outside numbers. So you got the 4, 5, 9, and 10. 7, there's only 2 possibilities of a 7. And what else is there? 6 and 8 have 4 possibilities, and they say if you roll it correctly, you'll never see a 2 or a 12. So we are going to sit there and try this right here. You can see my dice set, right, babe?
Now I can. Before I couldn't.
Okay. So like I said, sometimes you might want to sit there and turn a die because you double pitch on the right, or you might want to sit there and turn a die on the left because you double pitch on the left. But the end result is that we get from here to the end of the table without rolling a 7. That's all truly that matters. But if you are trying to roll a 7, of course, it's going to, same thing. But that's the biggest thing. We want to sit there and go from the beginning of the table to the end of the table. And it doesn't matter how you start out. You might sit there and say, well, I don't like it this way, or I hold it, this way, or I hold it that way. That doesn't really matter. What matters is that we sit there and get to the end of the table. A helpful tip for my friends. If you are dice setting at your table, or whether it be a box or whatever you're using, and you have it spot on, you go to the casino and it falls apart. And you think to yourself, well, what is it? Is it me? You're blaming everything but one thing. You're not blaming the casino. When I built this table, I made sure that everything was as perfect as I can get it. I am not a lumber person. I work on cars. I don't even know how to build a shelf if I had to. But there were certain things about the table and about the liner and everything else I wanted to be spot on because I wanted to be so that when I practice that I am doing it correctly. The rest, the sides, I don't really care about that. But the main thing is the foundation. I wanted to make sure that where the seams come together, there was tape on there. I want to make sure there was no wrinkles in there, things like that. But when you're playing with a casino, they don't really care. As long as it looks good, they'll send it. As long as you don't see the lump in the middle or whatever it might be. So think about that. If you're doing everything right at home by your practicing and everything else, and you go to the casino and it's not working, try a different casino. Try 2 or 3 casinos. And if all of a sudden everything lies, just works like it's supposed to, that would answer your question why it is that you cannot sit there and dice set at the one that you started. So, we can blame it on the dice, we can blame it on this or that. Sometimes you just have to sit there and say, it might be the casino. Try a different casino. Think of it. If they can get 80% of the money on the table, why sit there and have them change their table for you and I that are dice setters? I wouldn't want to change anything. If they're only taking 20 and I'm grabbing 80, not a problem there. I do have one more tip for you, and I'll show you right now. Okay, another tip, and I totally stole this from Facebook. And they were doing this to baseballs to make it so that pitchers will see how they're throwing, see the rotation of how they're throwing, and it would be a rectangle with lines on it, so you could also see the spirals. So do yourself a favor, grab an old dice set, tape it up, put lines on it so that you can see if it's moving or not going down the table. And what you definitely want is if if it's supposed to have a rotation, you want a good rotation. If it becomes top heavy one way or the other, that means that you're putting too much English on the left side or the right side. Or if you don't want to have it spinning, that would definitely show you an easy way to sit there and show you, do I have the thing spinning? Now, of course, it's stuck together, but that will at least determine, get this part down first. I don't want it spinning or I want it spinning. And then from there, then practice with a regular die or dice. But I saw that they did it with a baseball. I said, that might help somebody. And again, if you want to sit there and use the cut edge of the dice to throw, that would be an easier way for you to pick it up, so you can practice on how to pick that up with only using one hand. And then from there, you can sit there and try, with two dice that are loose. But I thought, if they can do that with a baseball and teach pitchers how to pitch and their rectangle and give you the way of, see if it's rotating or not rotating or pitching, let's do that with dice. So if that's been a help to you, let me know. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. So I'm showing you the 2-3-2-1, and I'm going to roll it without a spin, and we'll just see what kind of numbers come up. This is not my dice set. I'm just showing you other ones you can pick from, and if it doesn't work out, please don't crucify me. I'm just showing you, that there are different dice sets out there. There's a bazillion of them, and I thought, for those people that want to roll outside numbers, hopefully this will work for you. And I practiced this dice set a little bit, and as long as I can keep them together, I think I'll be doing okay. And there goes a 6. If you see the numbers, oops, that was a 6. If you see the numbers split apart, that's where I'm going to sit there and get a 7 from. We're doing the 2, 3, 2, 1. And that was a 6. Right up the 6. It's going to be a hard 8. What's funny is when I introduce these die sets to you guys, what it is supposed to hit never seems to be what it is. Hard 8 again. Well, that was an 8. It did roll on me. So it was like that. 3. Part 8. And not a single outside number. And there goes a 7. It split like I said it would. And that's where I got my 7. I adjusted my landing zone and I adjusted it too far. That was 4. We'll try it again, guys. Again, this is not my dice set. I try my hardest to make it as easy of a dice set as possible. I have enough things to think about while I'm throwing. It's going to be a 9. There was a 12. I know they said no 2s or 12s, but I really messed up on that one. Any of you guys in Vegas with the weird things that are happening there? The cyber attack for MGM. Part 8. Easy 8. Three. Part 8. Boy, if I was going to go to the casino and use this dice set, I know where I'd put some money. I would definitely go for the hard 8. I'd put a quarter on hard 8. 9. Five. Heart 6. Easy 6. Five. Well, I knew when they said you couldn't hit it. I knew I proved them wrong. Ten. Eight. Easy 8. Six. Easy 6. Eight. Easy 8. Five. 4. And there goes my 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Minus the 3 that wouldn't count. But not bad. I was missing a yo and a 2. Let me hear from you guys. What do you guys think about that die set? What do you guys think about this idea? Does that help anybody? Let me know. Or else I'll just sit there and never mention weird things that pop into my head ever again. Like, share, subscribe. I will be in Vegas the weekend of the 22nd. It will be my birthday, and I am going to be doing some videos for my wife, and we'll see if we can't try to film some of the winnings that we've been doing. I know people don't want to watch slots when we're losing, but we want to make it real. We don't want to sit there and think, this happens all the time. It doesn't happen all the time, but we do want to catch some good wins for your slot channel. And if you guys like slots, definitely check out her channel. Goldbug Slots is her channel, and I am in there sometimes. And I will be making videos for her on the 22nd and 23rd. And hopefully we could sit there and have something big hit. Thanks, guys. Give me a thumbs up if it's helped you. Bye.